Hello and welcome. I'm Jennifer Raye, and in today's video here, I'm offering just a very short 10 to 15 minute morning stretch practice. So this is a great practice to just do first thing in the morning to get moving and get a little bit more mobile in your joints and build a little bit of energy for your day. So I hope you enjoy. We'll begin our short practice here in a seated position. So you can come to sit up on a little bit of height. You're welcome to use a folded blanket or a cushion. And then from here, take a cross-legged position, what we call Sukhasana in the yoga practice, placing your feet directly underneath your knees. Keep your feet gently flexed and active, pressing just gently out through the heels. And then ground your sitting bones down onto the cushion. Inhale, reach your arms up, lengthen out through your side body, reach through your fingers, take a deep breath. And then we'll release one hand to the floor, keep reaching out through the opposite arm, and we'll take a side bend, leaning over to one side. So use your lower hand here to guide yourself towards the floor, and continue to lengthen out through your side body, all the way from your sitting bones out through your fingertips. Take some deep breaths into your side ribs and side waist. And continue to turn your belly and chest open. And then we'll inhale to reach all the way back up through center, and taking the other side. Inhale to reach upwards and exhale to side bend. And as you lean off to the side, really ground your sitting bone and reach out through your fingers. Imagine that you're drawing your breath down into your side body. Feel the expansion of your side ribs with every inhale. And keep turning your belly and your chest open. Good, and then inhale to come all the way back up through center. From here, let's just switch the cross of the legs. So notice what leg is on top, and we'll just switch to the other side. From here, taking a twist, you grab a hold of one knee and turn the belly open. We'll place the opposite hand out behind us. So you could either have your hand on the prop that you're sitting on, or maybe have a second prop behind you to place the palm on. From here now, ground down through your sitting bones and turn your lower abdomen open. Spinning your spine open to the side of your mat. Now keep lifting your spinal column straight upwards as you twist. You can kind of grab a hold of the outer leg or the knee and get a good grip. Pull gently as you turn your chest open. Find your breath here as you go. Remember, don't overcompensate in your neck. So soften your jaw, soften your throat. Good, and then come all the way back through center. We'll try other side, reaching around behind you. Opposite arm goes up and then over towards other side. Turn from the lower abdomen. Lift your spine tall. And keep your throat and jaw soft. Lead from your belly, not from your neck and head. It's usually helpful to move on your exhale here in our twist. Ground down through that opposite side sitting bone as you turn the belly open. Good, and then come back through center and release. For this next one, you'll need a little support underneath your head. So you could use a block or a bolster, any kind of cushion out in front of you there. We'll inhale, reach the arms up, and then exhale to fold forward, placing your hands to the floor and your head to the prop. So I'll place my head here to the block. You'd be welcome to place the head onto a cushion or blankets. Now remember, your feet are not pulled up underneath you. That's a different pose. So make sure that the feet are right underneath the knees still. Ground down through your sitting bones and really lift and lengthen your chest forward as you fold. Keep drawbridging your heart forward and rest the prop just beyond the hairline of the head. So supporting the head will really help to keep the brain, the skull, the structures around the eyes and the jaw passive. Take a few more breaths here. Lengthen your side waist as you lean forward. Good, and then walking hands back through center. And placing prop off to the side here. Draw your knees together and extend both legs out in front of you. Let's reach our hands around behind. Inhale to lift the chest up. Take a deep breath into the front chest. Good, and then release. Let's bring props off to the side and come down into your child's pose. So toes together, knees apart for today's child's pose, our wide-kneed child's pose. And dropping sitting bones down towards the heels and reaching your hands right out in front of you. As you land in your child's pose, really sink your outer hips towards the floor. And resting your head either on the mat, on the floor, or on a prop. Don't let the head hang. And we'll just stay in this pose for about 2 minutes. So take your time here, really sinking down into the floor, into the mat. If child's pose is challenging for your body, you can always use props. So if this is hard on your knees, you could place a folded blanket underneath your knees. You could try placing a folded blanket behind the backs of the knees. That can be sometimes helpful. Same thing goes for the feet. If this is difficult for the tops of your feet, placing a folded blanket underneath the tops of the feet and the ankles can be helpful. If child's pose is still not available, you can always do this pose on your back. And in that case, you would lay on your back this way, and you just draw your knees into the body as per your capacity, like so. Wherever you've landed, bring your breath now into the back body. Drop your awareness into the area of your lower back and sacrum. This area of a sort of flat triangle-shaped bone at the base of the spine. Can you imagine now that that area is gently expanding on inhale and gently contracting on exhale? Feel any sense of broadening of the lower back. And continue to invite the outer hips to settle and sink. Good, just about 3 more breaths there. Feeling expansion of inhale and letting go of exhale. Good, and then from here we'll walk our hands back towards the body. Lift and place knees together, and we'll ground the palms of the hands. Really spread your fingers now and plug into the root of your thumb and your index finger. From here, tuck your toes and reach your sitting bones up for your first downward facing dog. Now, if you are practicing in the morning along with us here, you may find that you're a little stiffer than usual, so you can bend one knee and then the other, just really opening up the backs of the legs. And keep pressing down through the palms of your hands. Yeah, and then eventually coming to a place of relative stillness, you go ahead and extend the legs, press the thigh bones towards the wall behind you. Engage your quads by lifting your kneecaps and drop the weight of your skull. If the down dog is not available for you, you can take all fours like so, spreading the palms and really pressing up and out of the earth this way. One more breath there. Good, and then bending the knees, come down to the floor. And we'll take a gentle lunge, stepping 1 foot forward, like so. Ground down through that front foot, and inhale, reach your arms up. Lengthen through your side body, reach up through the front of your body. Good, and then look down, see the balance, step back, we'll try other side. Stepping opposite foot through. Ground down through that front foot and inhale, reach your arms up. Lengthen up through your side waist, reach up through the front of the body. Good, and then release, step back. And take your child's pose, knees together, this time dropping your sitting bones back. You can either have your hands out in front of you or out behind you. And as you rest in your child's pose again, use props as needed. And feel now the sitting bones dropping and settling down towards the heels. Aim to bring your breath into the back of the body. Unrolling, coming all the way up to seated. Our next pose here, I'm going to step 1 foot off to the side like so. And the opposite leg you'll see is just underneath me. Okay, so the heel here of my leg is just intersecting the knee that's down on the floor. Some of you may find that you want extra padding underneath this knee, so you could place a little blanket there. And then final step is to place some sort of support. If you have a block, that's great, just to the inside of the front foot. Let's bring the arms out to T, slide shoulder blades down away from the ears, and reach off to the side, lowering hand to the block. Opposite hand travels overhead. So you could go here. You could also have your hand to your hip if you have some impingement in your shoulder. Ground down now through the heel, ground down through the knee on the mat, and reach out through the top arm. Now turn your belly open, turn your chest open, and lengthen out through your side body. Now the tendency is to have this lower hip travel forward with the rest of the body. So instead, can you keep the hip in the same line as the knee and really get that length out of your side body? And use your lower hand to gently press the knee back, opening the inner leg. Beautiful. Inhale to come back up through center. Let's try other side. Popping over, block to opposite leg, arms out to T. Ground down through your heel, ground down through your knee, and reach off to the side, lower hand to block, upper hand travels overhead. Now lengthen out through your side body. Turn your belly open, turn your chest open. And don't let your hip travel along with your upper body. Keep your hip back so that it's in the same line as your knee. And keep reaching out through your fingers. Use your lower hand, lower arm to draw the knee back, lengthening inner leg. Inhale to rise, Well done. Setting prop off to the side. Let's return to our downward facing dog. Spread the palms of the hands and tuck the toes, reaching sitting bones up. And from here, bend your knees, reach your sitting bones nice and high, and then re-extend the legs. Drop the weight of the skull and find some length in your side body. Engage the legs by lifting your kneecaps and pressing your thigh bones back. Beautiful. From here, you can either jump or step towards the front of the mat. Inhale, come up halfway. Draw your chest forward. Exhale, deepen the fold. Press down through your heels, bend your knees. Inhale to rise. And exhale to heart center. Can take a moment here to rest in your Shavasana if you'd like, lying back on the floor. We'll close our short morning practice today. Thank you for practicing.